We're back at the 12 days of Christmas painting challenge. I think we're on day 10. It's been a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. We're going to do a mug of hot cocoa with a couple of cookies and a couple of ornaments, and I think there's something over here more in the shadows. We're going to do some twinkly lights in the back, so let's see how that turns out. I don't do that technique all that often, so that's going to be new to me too. So let's get our paper wet. I hope you guys are painting along and having a lot of fun. I've met a lot of new subscribers. Thank you for joining the channel. We're gonna do a lot of watercolor this year. This is only my second year on YouTube, so I hadn't really figured out. Oh, again, I forgot to wake up my paints. They've been napping all day. And we're gonna do, it's dark background. I'm just going into the, oh, we didn't go over my paints. This is raw, nope, burnt sienna. This is a burnt sienna. I like this one because it's got some purple to it, so that's pretty nice. I think I'm gonna have to load some of my paints up here. Oh, we didn't wet down here, did we? Did I wet down here? I can't remember. This is just fun and relaxing. Watercolor should not be rushed. Now we got it, all the color in the background. Just take a paper towel and get it to a circle. It doesn't have to be perfect. And go in, twist it a little bit. See, there you go. We got a twinkle light in the background. Don't press too hard because I did do a test to see if this technique would work, and you want to do different sizes. You can go in with a brush too, or a sponge, but I just find this to be fun. And overlap them. They don't have to be perfectly round. I do let the paint dry a little bit, but, you know, soak into the paper a little bit, so that when you lift it, there's still a little bit of color. There, I like that. There, I like that. I like that. That looks really cool. I'm thinking too that I've never done that before, and put maybe some yellow so that they look like lights. We'll try that after. Or you can just leave it like that. I think it looks cool like that too. So let's see what we need to do next. I'm not going to come in here. Maybe work on the little orange red berries. I'm going to move this water down here. It is pretty shaded, dark. And in here, I can't really see. Black, I'm picking up some black. I think I'll have to put some more color on my palette. All right. These are red stripes, so let's work on that. Let's see. I might do some greenery for these. These are Christmas ornaments, or I intended them to be Christmas ornaments. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We've already got running over there. That's okay. I think we're going to have to let some of this dry because the paper is just so wet. It's just soaking up all kinds of the color. We'll be back. We seem dry enough now. I did put some lemon yellow out. I'm going to water it down quite a bit just to get a tint of it. And let's go in and see if we can't make some warm glow. How about that? Does that look good? Just a very light tint. Let's see if we can maybe use another color. Maybe green for some green lights. I feel like there might be still some. A few red ones maybe? Let's see how that looks. Okay, that's really cute, actually. We said that we were going to have a mug of hot cocoa, so maybe it will be coffee. I'm not sure. So Don't go all the way up to the top. You know, I mean, leave a white edge up there. Something like that. And I'm going to make a gold rim with our famous marker. If you don't have one, it's okay. You can just leave it without. There. How's that? That looks really cool. And maybe we should work on getting those shiny. That would be fun. I want to darken up in here though before. There we go. That fixes those runs that we had going on. And then just bring that down here. Clean off your brush, wipe it off, and you can smooth these edges out. In fact, I think we might come in here with black, but I'm not going to worry about that right yet. Those are detail things that we can work on. All right, so you want to work on some shadows. This mug is going to be white. So my favorite shadow colors are, gray is blue and a brown. So that makes a great gray color. I'm gonna really water it down. Maybe add a little bit more brown. There we go. Of course, the brown is. See? That's a nice gray. Something like that. And there's shadow here. I'm going to clean my brush and I'm going to come in there and clean up those edges. I'm going to maybe put some more water on my brush. Something like that. It's going to be darker here. And then there's a pretty dark shadow here by the cookies on the and down here is pretty dark where the mug sits on the plate. I'm gonna put some clean water. And then the inside of the handle has a shadow, and it's pretty dark. You can't really see the edge of the plate over here, so let's just... something like that. It's dark here. I'm pretty tired today. I've had a... So this is nice and relaxing. And it's got some shadow here. This pretty sharp line, we don't have to worry about fading. This line here, this shadow has a sharp edge. There's some shadows over here, but they're not, they're just light. Because the light is obviously coming this way, I guess. And it's going to be rounded because it's the shadow of the cookie. Let's come in here with some really dark. And we'll fix that edge. I don't know, maybe something like that. I may need to erase that line. Let's see. How's that? And then we got some brown cookies. We'll just do a nice light. Nice light wash. Just a brown color. For right now. I need to crisp up. We'll fade that out with a damp brush. Just and then I think it's brown. There. All right. We need to do a brown color for this one. This one's going to be a little darker. Anyway, so let's do the dark layer. All right, let's build up and do it darker. The cookie is darker here on this side than on this side, and it'll be darker up here. All right, I don't know. There's about right here, there's a crack. I think it goes the other way, but that's okay. And then there's a crack here. Just going in with the same darkest brown that I have on my palette. All right, now let's see what we can do with this one. It's darker over here, this side. Okay, so we're almost done. Well, and then we can make those, put some shadows on that, but all right, let's put a few cracks. I see a crack there. I see a crack here. Okay, there's our cookies. Do you want to put some frosting on them? Let's see if we can get some frosting on them. All right, there's that. This is so cute. Okay. And then let's see if we can put some shadows on that. Oh, let's put some, well, let's get these darker first, actually. Let's get them good and dark. Okay. And then make some more of that gray. Okay. And put some shadow on these. Whoa. Maybe it's too wet. I'm gonna let that dry because I think it might be a little bit too wet. We'll come back. Let's see if it's dry enough yet. I gotta get my reference out here. Let's, what color were we using? I forget now. Shadows, that's what we're doing. There we go. I think that I want this to be a sharp line. I'm gonna let that dry. We'll come in with some red and fix that. I need that to be darker. I think that will work. And then come in with my white pen. There. I would say that, oh, we should sign it. I haven't done that in a video. Let's sign it. And I'll say that I'm so glad that we painted together. And until next time, may your colors flow in peace. And we'll reveal the painting. Oh no, that's okay. It was just some paint that got stuck to the tape. That's really cool looking. Huh. All right, guys. Like I said, until next time, and may your colors flow in peace. I'll see you in the studio.